Everybody, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I'm Bill. We are in the run-up area at John Wayne in the Skyhawk, and since I have the new setup, and yes, it's a Logitech yoke that I am very happy with. I wanted to do a flight that was in a small GA plane and get some landings in. I have this loop that I do throughout the LA or around the LA Basin, where I try to hit as many airports as I can. This is just going to be a more stripped down version of that. Not so quick on the airports. Fullerton to Long Beach is ridiculous. Long Beach to Torrance is ridiculous. So I'm going to spread it out a little bit, but it's still going to be pretty quick flights, pretty quick succession of landing, and it'll be fun to just try out all the switches and give PilotEdge a little bit of a workout. You know, flying point to point is a lot of fun to flight plan, but when I do this kind of flight, it really I feel like gets the most out of a PilotEdge service, because we know what airports we have coverage on, and it's just a fun, busy, exciting thing to do in the simulator that does not have really any cruise hangout. We're always, you know, configuring to land or departing and figuring out where we're going. So this should be fun and a good test of the kit. So we'll get everything tuned up here for our departure. We'll take the orange departure, so we're gonna head back up the 55 pretty much. Johnny Ground, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, continue.
204 Lima Echo, remain 20 right, taxi via Bravo Kilo.
Bravo Kilo 20 right, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. Okay, we're clear to the right. We don't have
357 Papa holding short
fire trucks rolling.
Ready for departure.
Take out some taxiway signs. Wave to
357 Papa,
wave to the friends in the tower.
Kilo, cleared for takeoff.
20 left, clear for takeoff, 57 Papa.
And we are heading to Fullerton. And on flight following in SoCal, like, we're going to be doing a lot of navigation, and there's a couple of things that you just kind of have to look at a chart or look at ForeFlight or whatever. But at some point, you can navigate really without any, you know, by just looking out the window. And the key is know where the Bravo is and be on flight following. And if you do those two things, you will not have any issues flying around SoCal. It looks like very complicated airspace, and it is, but if you just talk to SoCal and stay away from the Bravo, or at least know what your plan is in relation to the Bravo, then you'll be golden. It's really not that bad. Yep, there you go, Scrub. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so they are referenced either as the name, you know, El Toro, Mesa, all that stuff, or the heading as well is a pretty easy way to reference it if you don't, because you don't need to know the name really. There's no benefit knowing the name, but just know, you know, if you want to request a specific departure, you at least need to know the heading. Otherwise, they'll assign whatever they think is the one that you want or need or whatever. 28.1. So this is actually a pretty short hop to Fullerton. So I'm gonna just get everything situated here, radio wise, and I think we are good to go. John Wayne Tower, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, holding short 20 right at Kilo.
For 204 Lima Echo, John Wayne Tower, remain 20 right at Kilo, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 20 right at Kilo, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo.
Number 357 Papa, radar contact, connect SoCal departure.
Camera and action. Right on. All right, action. Clear to the left. What's up, Dave?
7 Papa Second departure. Cancel altitude restriction.
Yeah, at Fullerton. Yep. You know, that would be a good idea, is just go to all the restaurants. Just make that a loop. Every airport with a cafe. Yeah, Fullerton's is great. It's just such a short flight. Okay, so there's centerline. Looking good. Full power. We're going to assume engine instruments are all in green. Airspeed is alive. Of course, a little bit of left rudder on the rollout because this is a flight simulator. There's 50, 55, rotate. Tap the brakes. Climb out a little bit. Let's get a little nose action there. Yeah, well, use the tack. The tack helps out a lot. It is pretty hard to you have to be really really on your climb out speed. If you're just going visually off of, you know, the sight picture, it's super easy to climb out too steep, I feel like, in this thing. She's a handsome little plane.
Number 204 Lima Echo, radar contact SoCal departure.
SoCal departure, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, see ya.
November 9 Charlie Delta, contact SoCal 135.4 with that request.
35.4, 9 Charlie Delta.
SoCal approach, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, 1,100, climbing restricted.
Number 204 Lima Echo, SoCal departure. Traffic is 11 o'clock, 3 miles, turning northbound, Cherokee at a 3,300 for 5,000, correction for 3,500.
Alright, we'll be looking out for that traffic. We'll stop our climb at 1,500, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. What's up, Jukebox?
Cirrus 149 Charlie Delta 5000 with uniform, requesting Jalet for RNAV Zulu runway 8 right.
Number 149 Charlie Delta, SoCal approach, proceed our Jalet, cross Jalet at 5,000, clear RNAV runway 8.
It's a good question, Juke, and it is, I would say, hobbyist, but PilotEdge is a paid subscription service and is very, very, very scary in some cases.
Let's actually make a Jalet at 3,000, Jalet at 3.
Jalet at 3,000, 9 Charlie Delta.
Okay, now are we 19.9 or 19.8?
Number 204 Lima Echo, that traffic now 11 o'clock, 3 miles, show no factor, resume navigation, cancel altitude restriction.
ONAV and altitude, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. 19.1 is the answer. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could technically say that, you know, it's hobbyist, but it's not. They're not volunteers. Is the key on that one. It's much more. It's taken much more seriously than that. Drop some Fall Guys out the window. It's different. Yeah, Jukebox. It's very different. There are, like, I have VATSIM as well, and I very rarely use it because the service on PilotEdge is tailored to a different audience. They're similar functionally, and very, very different focus wise. That's going to be really loud. I apologize. Damn, those guys are hauling ass. Oh my god. Wow, that's crazy. How loud is that for you guys? Wow. they're getting after it. But yeah, so they the quality is absolutely worth it.
Bay Nice ground, Skylane 564 Delta Sierra at intersection Kilo and Bravo.
Does the added load software you install for the ATC? No, it does not affect performance.
Say parking.
No.
64 Delta Sierra, like the taxi for takeoff with information golf.
Yeah, dude, that was loud. I had the door open, so it's like extra loud.
Now runway 34 right, taxi via Bravo Juliet.
That's crazy.
Runway 34 right via Bravo Juliet 564.
Oh, Cody, that is super annoying. Yeah, there's a few people around that are having issues that certain flights crash their system, and it's a total bummer. But yeah, there's no jukebox. There's no performance hit on the sim itself. I can't fly. I mean, I can, but I really don't like flying without it. And SoCal approach, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. We have information whiskey at Fullerton.
204 Lima Echo, I think.
I have not tried London yet, no, actually. That's Angel Stadium. Yeah, that's my old office.
204 Lima Echo for the hour or 9.1?
19-1, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo.
Bay Nice Tower, Skylane 564 Delta Sierra, ready for departure 34 right, request straight out departure.
564 down to Sierra Nice Tower, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff, straight out departure approved.
Takeoff 34 right, straight out departure 564 Delta Sierra.
Fullerton Tower, good evening, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. Information whiskey just over Cal State Fullerton, inbound touch and go, departing to the west.
Number 204 Lima Echo, Fullerton Tower, enter left base, runway 24, clear touch and go.
Left base 24, clear touch and go, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo.
357 Papa, contact SoCal approach 135.4.
Alright, sweet. Getting a little bit of little stutter there. That is
SoCal departure November 357 Papa 3500.
357 Papa, SoCal approach with the Chino altimeter 3002.
3002, 57 Papa.
Easy frequency change there. Alright, so we got Fullerton in sight. And lights are on. I mean, you don't. This is such a short flight that there really isn't anything that you got to configure or change from departure. So we're mixture full rich. Fuel is on both. We got lights are all on. We have radio set for our departure. We know not to run into the giant antenna on departure. And we're going to be going low and slow over the LA Basin. So this is going to be a pretty good test of the past performance updates. And it is definitely stuttering. Yeah, look at, oh, that's really bad right there. That's correct, Jukebox, yep. Yeah, it works for X-Plane 11, FSX, Flight Sim 2020, P3D. Little load-in circle will work. That'll help sometimes, maybe not. I don't know. Okay, there's our runway. Kind of an extended final here. Wow, I am shocked at how poorly it's performing. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I would not presume that they're fans, but yeah, most of them do know that I'm streaming and will watch. All right, speed checks, flaps 10. Yeah, it's a pretty awesome service. You know, this is my airspace, and you know, they replicate the procedures identically. It's crazy. Yeah, Tango 1 Delta. That's a good way to put it. Poor little Fullerton. This scenery is not great. This is a cool airport, though.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, Lolly Lull. Welcome aboard. I found in this early
149 Charlie Delta, connect Ontario Tower, 0.6.
trial, I guess,
0.6,
of this yoke.
For 357 Pop, contact
using
Ontario
a
Tower,
lot of
0.6.
trim.
120.657 Papa. Ontario Tower, Sirius 149 Charlie Delta is 1 mile from Lodgem, RNAV, Zulu, runway 8, right, full stop.
Still very floaty.
149 Charlie Delta, Ontario Tower, runway 8 right,
Get
clear
down.
land.
8 right, clear to land, 149 Charlie Delta.
Ontario Tower, number 357 Papa.
I tried to get it slow, but
900
still
with
didn't
uniform
want to.
Elon for full stop.
For 357 Pop, Ontario Tower, enter right base,
Yep,
runway 8
great.
right, clear to land. Number 2, traffic,
great
3 miles
description.
final,
Head in the clouds,
SR22.
Right base for runway 08 right, and we'll look out for traffic 57 Papa.
Number 204 Mecca, proceed on course, and do you want any sort of flight following from SoCal, or are you just going to change to an advisory frequency?
I'll just go to advisory frequency. We're just heading to another Delta, Skyhawk 204 Mako.
40 Mecca, squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, squawking VFR, Skyhawk 204 Mako. So. Okay, now that...
Walker 380, LA Center, hello.
Alright, there we go. Now that we're done with the Buck and Bronco situation, let me just peek to make sure I'm not going to bust any airspace. Doesn't look like it. No.
SoCal approach, 564 Delta Sierra, New Health High, 3000.
Yes,
request.
Rick, that is correct.
564 Delta Sierra, SoCal approach, squawk 1575, go ahead.
Calm down here with the
1575,
elevator.
564 Delta Sierra. SoCal
Yeah.
approach, 564 Delta Sierra, request flight
Performance,
following and class
just
Charlie
in general.
transition to Griffith Park.
For sure.
564 Delta Sierra, radar contact, 4 miles north of Van Nuys. Do you have a
GPS.
destination?
Looking good.
Okay.
Fort Delta Sierra, I didn't check. Do you have a destination airport?
Santa Monica Airport is my destination, approaching from Darts.
Number 4 Delta Sierra, transition to Charlie airspace approved.
Westland. No.
Approach,
I don't know what
recommend
that is.
any altitude you'd like me to fly?
So no.
Negative.
564 Delta Sierra, roger.
Number 357 Papa is right base for runway 08 right.
Yeah, there's just a lot.
For
There's a
5
lot
Papa,
of
that
stuff
traffic
happening.
now over the number, runway 8 right, clear to land.
A lot of
Traffic
stuff
is starting
happening.
to land.
3D-wise here.
37 Papa.
For 149er Charlie Delta, you
These
appear to have landed on
performance-
runway
these-
8 left. Can
the
you verify
stuttering
you share
you're
that for me?
seeing is on a
Oh man, I ran
30-second
on the 8 left. I'm talking too much.
Number 9 Charlie Delta, where do
Borrego
you park,
Springs.
south or north side?
Oh yeah.
Park straight off here by
No,
the tower.
I
Off Fox
have not.
Number 9 Charlie Delta, Fox,
But that was one of
November to
the,
parking, monitor ground, good night.
Foxtrot, November
Flights
parking,
I
9 Charlie Delta,
planned
monitor
for
ground.
my, check ride actually. Can somebody type in exclamation point ATIS space KHHR? I'm gonna try to get this thing slower earlier. ATIS. That was close though. There we go. Victor. Love it. Thanks, dude. So this is the first time I think I've flown with the yoke in 172 in this, and it is definitely a little bit more sensitive on the pitch than some of the other planes. It's not as sensitive on the roll, but pitch is definitely sensitive.
Total 2170 contact LA Center 124.62.
Hawthorne Tower, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, 10 miles to the east, inbound touch and go with information Victor.
204 Lima Echo, Hawthorne Tower, make straight in runway 5, good touch and go.
Clear touch and go, straight in 25, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo.
Hello. Hi.
November 5, San Papa, QT active to parking.
Total 2170 LA Center, hello.
What's up? Yo.
357 Papa, taxi to parking via Sierra, monitor ground.
Yes, yeah, I'm on to ground 5 San Papa. Thank you.
5.125.
Yeah, see how, like, it's really sensitive. No autopilot. So we're straight in 25. We do not want to go on the other side of the 105 there. Yeah, I'm like really just going to rely on the trim as much as I can for elevator, because that's really sensitive. That is not how physics work. Not on this planet. Yeah, they bit off a lot on this one.
Hello. Hi.
So, no, Cody, that is only applicable at or below 3,000. Or sorry, that is only applicable above 3,000 AGL. Time Worm 9 Red. Hello, Time. Thank you for following. Welcome. Yes. Like, look at from the outside. I gotta. Just talk to Chrissy, Maria. I am heading into Hawthorne. Jukebox, I have been flying for about 3 years. I have had my license for just over a year. But yeah, been flying for 3 years. Okay, probably left it too long on the speed, but let's see. I'm gonna try to get this much slower. Well, yeah, I've flown IFR a little bit, but yeah, I am a private pilot, not instrument rated. But I have got some IMC time, filed IFR a handful of times. Alright, so that is still a little bit fast. That's idle. Real Skyhawks, like, you could go power idle like super deep and they just keep on flying. But the simulator, even X-Plane, has always taken it a little bit too far on that. Keep on trimming. Keep on trimming. That is probably pretty good right there. I can hold that, I think, and just let
500.
Let it sink. Yeah, dude, like, look at all the 3D objects we have going on right now. Like, how this is working
1 mile final runway
at
25
all is unbelievable. Just sinking it down. Oop, that's not good. That's not good. Yeah. Yeah, they're dropping.
For 564 Delta Sierra, contact Santa Monica Tower 120.1.
20.1, 564 Delta Sierra.
Yeah, it's really, ooh, that's really bad right there. That's a little bit better. All right, that was much better landing despite
776 Hotel Lima. No traffic
our friend
observed between you and the Park
frame rate
Airport. Radar
drops.
service terminated. Change advisor frequency approved. Squawk VFR.
Yeah, it's not good. I can't say that it's worse, but it's definitely not better. Dude, we got stuck in, it was after like a 2.5 hour jet trip, just on approach. It was like 10 frames all the way down to the ground. I did it just to see if it was possible, but
Santa Monica Tower, 564 Delta Sierra is 7 miles east with information India.
564 Delta Sierra, Santa Monica, say intentions.
564 Delta Sierra, this will be a full stop.
564 Delta Sierra, minimum runway 21, could I land?
21, 564 Delta Sierra.
For 204 Lima Echo, say intentions.
I would like to climb up to 4,500 for the special flight rules transition. Just want to do a box pattern over the airport, if that's okay.
For 204 Lima Echo, left box approved.
Left box approved, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, thanks. So it should get better once we're high up. I think that it's just so effing, like, look at all those buildings, dude. This is on Ultra. Like, everything is maxed out, 1440. Yeah, I've got a 3070, 3900X, 64 gigabytes of RAM. So it's plenty powerful, and this is It's running at 1440, but dude, that's still a ton of detail on the ground there. My God. But it shouldn't. The thing that is annoying is the inconsistencies. Like, I honestly wouldn't be.
Barker 380 to 10
I would not be upset with lower frame rate if it was consistent frames. The fact that they're like stutters and the load in, like, that's the annoying part to me. Like, I am not a frame rate snob, so I'd be totally fine with 25, 30 frames with this level of detail. But yeah, it just seems like that is freaking crazy, dude. I don't know if that is coming across well, but yeah, that is pretty insane. So apparently, all of those sirens that you guys heard going by, there was a shooting locally. So that's cool. We have to climb here anyway, so let's see if we can see anything on the news here. Hopefully it is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that ain't good. Yeah, the Suez Canal thing was super.
204 Lima Echo, you're climbing out of Delta airspace, frequency change approved. Good night, Bill.
Alright, frequency change approved. Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, have a great night. So.
Sure.
Yeah, yep, that was yeah, Chick.
Delta 2170 contact.
Yeah, it wasn't that close though, Maria. But yeah, pretty close, but not that close. There's SpaceX with the rocket there. See, we're up a little bit higher and it's starting to smooth out a little bit. Like, dude, look at how much detail is on the ground. Oh my God, that's crazy. Just 3D objects as far as the eye can see. Holy hell. That is crazy. Yeah, I am honestly not loving how this plane feels with the current settings and everything. It is just way sensitive on pitch right there. That is a freeware add-on. I can't remember if it's flightsim.io or GitHub, but yeah, it's Hawthorne, a Hawthorne scenery. Yeah, I have, but it's like I got it set up for a couple of other planes, and it's different on this one. I agree that this game is a breakthrough. Yeah, it's astounding. It's astounding. I think that they try to do too much, and I think they could have made as big of an impact with fewer performance issues, and it would have been a little bit better received, I think. But yeah, I mean, it's just, there's a lot of moving parts, and doing this from scratch is crazy. Special flight rules, traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo 4,500, just south of Hawthorne, northbound, special flight rules. Yeah, but the problem, Shaq, is that it's already chugging with the draw distance where it is. You know, it's so detailed that it's noticeable, you know, that the draw distance is not that far. It would be almost impossible to imagine a draw distance more than this. It's pretty crazy. Special flight rules, traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo 4,500 northbound, approaching Hawthorne, approaching Imperial Highway, special flight rules. Remember where the hell I was. Okay, could somebody type in, please, exclamation point, ATIS, ATIS, space, KSMO. That is our next location. What's up, Ryan? There we go, Juke's got it. India, information India. What density altitude am I at? Dude, I have no idea. Why would I need to? Special flight rules, traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo 4,500 northbound over the North LAX complex. Special flight rules. Dave, it'd be pretty fun, man. There's the shot right there. There's the LA Basin. Holy crap, that is so much stuff. Yeah, it was pretty warm. Yeah, sort of. So yeah, well, it's just a Skyhawk. So Skyhawk climbing up to 4,500 quickly, it's going to take a while. Special flight rules, traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo 4,500 northbound over Ballona Creek. Going to be descending into Santa Monica, last call, special flight rules. We have information in the air, right? Santa Monica Tower, good evening. Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo 4,500 just overhead off the special flight rules. Inbound, touch and go, information India.
Number 204 Lima Echo, Santa Monica Tower, good evening. Enter a right downwind, runway 21. Runway 21, clear touch and go.
Right downwind 21, clear touch and go. Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. And there goes power idle. There's our airport right there. And we're going to do a very slow, very not dramatic flame out approach. And see some... Yeah, we're just getting to a full slip. How quickly can we get down here? No, Juke, it was like north. It was much earlier in the day. I actually don't think that those sirens were from that, based off of the news that I saw. Yeah, okay, so we're losing the altitude pretty good, but we're still not in 20-degree flap range. There's a beam the numbers, and we're 3,000 feet, so we got a ways to go still. If I can not go too much past the 405, that would be good. It's a 3070 is the video card. I feel like I'm gonna risk putting in the second notch of flaps and hope that the extra drag keeps the speed down. And then trim there. Okay, can I keep it inside the 405 and still make the runway? Power has been idle since I was cleared to land, and I've had full slip in almost that entire time. Okay. Rick, I did not play Fall Guys at all since Julia's been gone, and I really wanted to. Slip equals drag. So it just puts the side of the plane basically, you know, it makes the plane's frontal cross section a lot bigger, and it allows you to descend faster without increasing your speed as much. And you can slip both ways, so I just switched it back over to the right side. See if we can do this. Conti, what's up, man? Thank you for the raid. What's up, everybody?
Short final runway 21.
Join us on a dive bomb approach from the special flight rules into Santa Monica, and it's going to be a little bit of a long one. Are we going to be able to make it a touch and go? No, we're going to have to full stop this one. That did not work. Oh, Jesus. It's really sensitive on the back pressure. So I think I'm going to use this taxi back to set that sensitivity curve a little bit better. Thanks, Conti. I appreciate that, man. Santa Monica Tower, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. We are clear of 21, like a taxi back for departure.
Number 204 Lima Echo, runway 21, taxi via Bravo, this frequency.
Bravo will stay with you to 21, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. It's called a slip. Yeah, I love full slips to land, but it's a great way to lose altitude without increasing your speed. So you increase the rate of descent by increasing the drag by essentially just turning the plane sideways and having, you know, the relative air hit the side of your plane, and it is super freaking fun to do. Okay, sensitivity. Oh, I want there. How about that? Let's try it. I'm just gonna try that. I don't want to screw around with it too much. Yeah, it's great for. Yes, it's part. Yeah, it is a part of the ACS standards to become a pilot. So you need to demonstrate that you can land with a slip. It is useful if you have if your flaps fail. It's really the only technique to land a plane that doesn't have flaps. So if you've got a Cessna 120 or a decathlon or something that does not have any flaps, that is the only way to really effectively land it. But yeah, it's super fun. Just full rudder, and then you just basically use your aileron to manage left and right. It's awesome. Yeah, it's part of this. It's part of the ACS, so that is required. A required maneuver. It might not help, honestly, because this yoke is kind of a little bit of a different beast. It's actually like the sensitivity and everything has been totally fine on my flight stick, but yeah, it's look at that poor windsock over there.
Approaching runway 21.
Thank you for that. I need. What do I need? SoCal approach 24.3 now. 24. Let's do 25. 25. Okay. Santa Monica Tower, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, holding short 2-1, and we'll be departing to the north.
November 204 Lima Echo. Hey, looks like you switched to Santa Monica ground. Check your radio. Santa Monica Tower is 120.1.
Apologies for that. Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. 1 second. That was weird. Did I not? Yeah, Santa Monica Tower, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, holding short 2-1, departing to the north.
204 Lima Echo, Santa Monica Tower. Runway 21, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 2-1, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. Alright, lights. Cleared right. Cleared left.
Approaching runway 21. Entered runway 21. 3,400 feet remaining.
Because I am definitely not the profile for each plane. Because I just I've never used the sim for the feel of flying. It's just the procedures. I really don't care how I land or how the plane flies for the most part. But this is particularly sensitive. And it makes it a little bit tricky. But because the yoke is bigger, it does, you've got a little bit more room to, if you just slow down your movements a little bit and not make such big adjustments, it does help. But yeah, it's really, the elevator is really sensitive. Almost just have to just lock the elevator and fly it with the trim. Like that's, I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's like constantly, the nose is constantly. I'm just gonna fly it with the trim. Turn at the shoreline. I wonder if I switched it to Hawthorne. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe Hawthorne Tower is Santa Monica ground. Is that possible? Seems weird. Alright, so now we are going to fly in between two extremely busy airports. Santa Monica Tower, Skyhawk 204, Lima Echo, request frequency change.
Number 204 Lima Echo, frequency change approved.
So sensitive. SoCal approach, good evening, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo 2000, climbing 3000 just over Santa Monica Pier, flight following to Whiteman.
Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, SoCal approach, squawk 3706.
3706, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. Okay, so
we have the airport site.
can I have somebody type in exclamation point ATIS space KWHP?
Skyhawk 4 Lima Echo, radar contact Santa Monica altimeter 3001.
3001 Skyhawk 4 Lima Echo. Yeah, it's super sensitive. The Bonanza was great. The Arrow is great. The 152 is even pretty good. This is just way too sensitive on the elevator, at least with how I have it set up, which is pretty basic, admittedly. KWHP. If you guys are new tonight, thank you for joining. Welcome. My name is Bill. I am a pilot out of John Wayne Airport in Orange County, and this is pretty much what I like doing in the sim, and that is GA, flying around, ATC. I have a blast. But if you're interested in aviation, learning more, and joining a fun community, the Discord, we've got over 1,500 members in the Discord. There is the link right there. Oh, did freaking Nightbot already did it? Awesome. Let's see. ATS. Information link. Just needs that special touch, man. Yeah, but the Discord is it's been such a fun community. So if you're interested in learning more about this stuff, give it a shot. I think it'll be, well, if you're watching this, I think you'll enjoy the Discord as well. What's up, Tyler? It is pretty dope, right? Yeah, fucking Nightbot. Nightbot and I have a long history of not getting along. That's for sure. But we've been okay for a while now. All right, cool. That looks good. We're just weaving in some very congested airspace right now. So will these guys chew you up if you are just starting out? Yeah, there's some training stuff. I mean, it's definitely it's a training environment, but it is replicating the real world national airspace. So if you are taking it seriously and learning and go through their rating program, you'll have a better time doing that. If there are things you can do outside of the network to prepare, so it's not like completely fresh out of the box for you, but they treat it real. I mean, there are oh dude, the ratings are freaking awesome. But there are still other paying clients on the network. So if you are causing issues with other clients on the network that maybe are further along in their training, using it for instrument, using it for commercial, they want to preserve the network for those people as well, while creating an environment that's safer and more cost effective to learn this stuff than doing it in the plane. See, Jazzy, what's happening? Happy what the frick day is it? Happy Wednesday. Yeah, so that's kind of, that question comes up a lot, is like if I'm just starting out, is it good for me? And I would say that I'm very biased. Like, I will fully admit to my bias for PilotEdge over VATSIM, but because it's guaranteed, because it's more structured, if you're learning, it's much better to learn in an environment that you can rely on. Like, you're going to have coverage. You know what the frequencies are going to be. You don't have to look off screen or do anything goofy. You know where to go because it's all the real world procedure. So and that's not to say that if you don't know the real world procedures that it'll be harder to do, because there's logic to it and it's the same all the time. So the next time you load up, you're going to...
Contact SoCal Bridge 134.2.
Is that for me?
Walker 380, contact Tower 119.7.
Over to Tower, Walker 380.
Contact SoCal Bridge 134.2.
At SoCal approach, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, we are inbound Whiteman, and we have the field in sight.
Skyhawk Echo, contact Whiteman Tower 135.0.
350, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, thanks. Will we have information mic? Yeah, we have mic. Information mic. Whiteman Tower, good evening, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, 3 miles to the west, information bike, inbound, touch and go, departing to the southwest.
Number 204 Lima Echo, Whiteman Tower. Enter a right downwind, runway 12, clear touch and go.
Right downwind, 12, clear, touch and go, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. This is on my short list of airports that I have not been to, that I would like to go to, and then proceed to be very disappointed by, because this is just like right in the middle of it. Just like a freaking neighborhood, dude. I've been here by car, but just not by plane, and it is not super pretty. like that one. Well, I'm based here, so, and PilotEdge is kind of primarily focused around LA. There's more areas that are open, but this is the highest density of airports, and like I said, I like to fly out of my home airport as much as I can on the network, just because I'm stupid. I like repetitive things. So I do typically stick around here, but that doesn't mean that I don't venture out. And you know, the PilotEdge network does cover a lot of area, and this simulator has been fantastic for exploring a bunch of different areas. It's been pretty cool. And Whiteman Tower, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, can you coordinate flight following on our way out to the southwest?
November 204 Lima Echo, roger.
Sweet. Now I don't have to like figure out where I'm going.
$500.
Well, I will
Short
tell you
final
that
runway 12.
there is no airspace pretty much on the planet that is more complex and difficult than this one. So there's not too many places in the country or in the world that can take somebody that learned in SoCal out of their comfort zone. Yeah, dude, this elevator trim is so touchy. Or not trim, just elevator. Whoa. Alright, there's 4 stacks. Yeah, dude, it's all, look at how freaking sensitive that is. There's no Skyhawk on the planet that pitches like that. Freaking hell. Yeah, it's proving to not be great. Yeah. Do you know what constitutes mountain flying? Is it altitude survival training for certification weekend checkout? That depends on...
November 204 Lima Echo, contact SoCal approach 134.2.
342 Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, thanks.
Palm Springs Tower, walk at day, we're clear.
Yeah, I don't, I'm definitely not liking how this is handling, that's for sure. SoCal approach, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo 2000.
Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, SoCal approach, city west.
Like flight following to Santa Monica, we're going to terminate just overhead for the special flight rules. Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo.
Skyhawk Lima Echo, roger, ready contact.
Yeah, dude, like this is like I'm barely moving it, and it's just, dude, we're just flipping switches right here. It's fitting because we're heading over to Long Beach. Hit that 3-wheel motion. But it's the only plane that feels like that. The other planes, yeah, the other planes that I've tried out just do not do that. It's definitely more touchy. So trim, elevator trim it is. Nice easy climb up to 3,500. I don't want to jinx it, but it seems like the performance has improved. I really just think the lower you get, the way that I have everything set up, it's just too insane for its own good. Here's our altitude. Yeah, dude, the 6-pack one is so much more fun. Just, it's more functional too. At least with like originally. Yeah. The working title mods are definitely great, but it's still a pain in the ass to use them. Still working on the trim here. And this is like just flying with trim too, which is not how you'd really want to do it. Dude, I'm like not super happy. Van Nuys to Point Mugu, huh? Well, how about, well, Point Mugu is a military airport, so that one you wouldn't normally get access to, but Van Nuys to Camarillo is a very well-worn path. Camarillo has one of the most famous airport cafes around. That's the beauty of the sim, right? You can just friggin' do it. Jojo, I think that there will be one. Somebody's gonna make one for sure. Okay, so we're clear of everything. SoCal approach, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, we'll terminate here.
Skyhawk for the Echo, ready to designated squawk V5, frequency change approved.
See you later. So there's our beacon code. Let's get over to our friendly neighborhood CTAF. Oh, don't say study level. Don't say study level. I will get the soapbox out of the closet. Special flight rules. Sorry. Special flight rules traffic. Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo 3,500 southbound approaching Santa Monica. Special flight rules. That was on SoCal. Whoops. It was an exuberant CTAF call on SoCal. I don't blame you, Dave. I do not blame you at all, man. Alright, so I got it kind of trimmed out where I want it for the most part. So let's just cruise on down through this amazing little corridor that we got here. Mustafa, what's up, man? Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. How can you even have a study level sim plane without a study level aerodynamic simulation? It is totally semantics, but whenever anyone says study level, it just makes me crazy. Makes me freaking crazy.
Wind 150 at 4. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear.
Moose, it's going great, man. How are you doing?
Dew point -2.
Where was your flight tonight?
Arriving and departing runways 20 left, 20 right. Visual approach is in use. VFR departures, contact clearance delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Papa.
Fat.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. Illini State Aviation, welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow. Had an outer left flap failure on final. Oh, dude, nice, man. I love a good failure that still ends up in a good landing. That's always a good feeling. Special Flight Rules traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, 3500 southbound over Bologna Creek. Special Flight Rules. Okay, I know I said that it was trimmed out, but it was not. Dude, it's, yeah. I initially, when the latest patch came out, it felt smoother, felt better. I cannot say that it feels any better tonight with what we got. I mean, this is probably, if not the worst case, like definitely top 3, but still. Special Flight Rules traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, 3500 southbound over the North LAX complex. Special Flight Rules. This is pretty heavy lifting here, but I would have expected a little bit better. Looks good static. Looks good as a still image. This is just a really deep aviation camera mode simulator. Screenshot maker. Special Flight Rules traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, 3500 southbound over. Dude, my brain just completely turned off. Over Imperial Highway, Special Flight Rules. There it is. Let's cut this corner here a little bit. Yeah, it's so pretty. I just wish it, like, performed better. I don't think that like capping the frames are going to help with those stutters either. I think it's well below that threshold. Also, I will love it when they update the visibility as well. Switch Flight Rules traffic, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, 3500 southbound, approaching Hawthorne 405 interchange. Last call, Special Flight Rules. What
Advise on initial contact. You have information, Papa.
How do you know which VOR approach to take if there are multiple ones? Usually has to do with the minimums that you're trying to fly and the equipment that you have. That'll kind of dictate which one to use. Usually it's the minimums, but I am not an instrument rated pilot, and that's just what I kind of recall. SoCal approach, good evening, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo 3500 just north of Torrance, inbound John Wayne, information Papa.
Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, SoCal approach, squawk 1560.
1560.
Skyhawk 4 Lima Echo, radar contact 2 miles north of Torrance, altimeter 3000.
3000 Skyhawk 4 Lima Echo. Yeah, the little cub is pretty fun, the little Savage Cub. I do like cruising around in that thing. 26.8. I am using the charts, yes. I have it up for information for the airports that I don't have memorized. But yeah, I do have the sectionals and everything up. So, this is what I fly with in the real plane as well. So keeping that information handy in the sim is really, really helpful. And this is definitely from a sim perspective, the fancier way to go. Sky Vector works perfect. Probably if I wasn't a real life pilot, I would still be using Sky Vector. No, it's PilotEdge or ForeFlight. Yeah, it's not Navigraph. Can you land VFR at Van Nuys? Yes.
Contact SoCal approach 124.5.
It doesn't show a compass around the airport for me. What do you mean? I don't know what that means, Cody.
SoCal approach, good evening, LS 1945, 16.4 on the arrival. We have Bravo.
Oscar 1945, SoCal approach, expect visual approach, runway 24 right.
Yeah, but what do you mean compass?
Right, we're landing. We're going to be parking south tonight.
What does that have to do with landing VFR?
I was thinking visual 25 right, Alaska 1945.
Because what you're referring to is a VOR, and there actually should be one. I think Van Nuys has. Yeah, Van Nuys does have it. I thought only VFR was allowed with the airports that have the little bearings.
Skyhawk 4 Lima Echo 1 able to proceed to Mile Square Park. John Wayne altimeter 3000.
Alright, direct to Mile Square, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo. Yeah, check out the TAC chart too. Yeah, that's just VOR. It's a delta. Yeah, VFR, every year you are, there's no airport that is just IFR traffic. Scrub, thank you very much, man, for joining. Have a good dinner. Yeah, it's if it's public use, it's public use, and the only determining factor on if you're able to land VFR or IFR is going to be determined on the weather. So what you're that compass you're referring to is just the VOR, and that's just a navigational aid. Some airports will have a VOR at them, some don't. Most don't actually. Santa Monica has one. Van Nuys has one. I don't think Burbank. Yeah, Burbank does not. Yeah, so it just depends. It is rare nowadays for an airport to have a VOR. right, we don't need seriously, Cody, I mean that's what the Discord is for. That's what I like to do. I mean, I like not me teaching, because like what the hell do I know, but that's part of the fun for me, is the crossover between the real world stuff and the sim, because it's these simulators. We can bitch about the performance, we can bitch that the GPSs don't really work, we could bitch about a bunch of stuff, especially with Microsoft in its current state right now, but there's no question that as a training tool, this is unbelievable, even in its current state, because it enables you to try concepts in a addressable 3D cockpit environment in one-to-one scale at real time, and that is something that we could never really do before. I'm sure you guys have all seen like the Sporties airplane posters that you might see at a flight school or something, to point out, okay, what's that? What's this do? How does this thing work? Just think of the sim as a 3D interactive version of that. Like, okay, what's that do? Well, that's the attitude indicator, and all right, what's that little knob? Well, that adjusts, and it will adjust it. Like, you don't have to talk about it and imagine what it does. You can actually play around with it and see how it's interacted with, and it's really an unbelievable tool. If you use it for what it's good at, if you start using it for like practicing steep turns or how to land, how to do a short field landing or something like that, you are going to piss off your CFI, and you are going to set yourself back by trying to do that kind of stuff. It's not good. But if you use it as a procedural trainer, as your cockpit flow, checklists, radios, navigation. So dial in a VOR. What do VORs do? You can actually dial in the frequency here and see what it does. Like, that's super valuable to be able to do that in this environment, being way cheaper than real world flight time. Alright, performance is kind of calming down. We're going way slow. Let's kick this pig. I'm just going to use a lot of nose down trim. No reason to go that slow. That's awesome. Good. I mean, that's what I did too. Like, I would, going through materials online and written stuff, I would, like, I'm not understanding this concept, and I would load up the sim and try it
Caution.
out.
TFR ahead.
Actually do it. And when you're able to see how the real plane works, or see how it translates to your airspace, a lot of these like test prep questions are, like, all right, you're flying from Podunk, North Carolina to BFE, South Carolina. The permanent temporary flight restrictions. Thank you, Mickey. So it's kind of, sometimes it's easier if you use your stuff and kind of practice the same concepts that they're teaching in a written question or whatever. In your own environment, which you can do by just loading up in the sim. And it's super cool. Yeah, that elevator
Alaska 1945,
That
descend and
elevator
maintain 3000.
sensitivity is really...
Down 3000, Alaska 1945.
But yeah, the Discord is great, man. The Discord is really great. It's so awesome to be able to have so many CFIs in there, and you know, the discussions, the daily discussions are great. So if you are new here and you're watching, lurking, give this a shot. Even if you don't have Discord, download it. If you are watching right now, you must, unless you're really bored and really odd, you are probably interested in aviation to some degree. And I can't stress how big of a...
Skyhawk fully Mako contact, German Tower 126.8, have a good night.
26.8, Skyhawk 204, Lima Echo, have a great night, Eugene. See ya. I won't do it. I can't get him to do it. What were we? Information Papa, that's right. John Wayne Tower, Skyhawk 204, Lima Echo, inbound, mile square, information Papa, full stop. Thank you, Pilot Rick.
204, Lima Echo, John Wayne Tower, enter right base, runway 20 right, runway 20 right, clear to land.
Right base 20 right, clear to land, Skyhawk 204, Lima Echo. So this is the really the only situation where PilotEdge does not mimic real life, and that's just the procedures based on traffic levels. Like, you're never going to get mile square park. You're never going to get a right base into 20 right. But because there's no traffic, it's...
November 85 Charlie's access parking via Delta this frequency.
Yeah, Jay, that was a Pitts
Taxi to
S2.
parking via Delta, this frequency.
Yeah, that was crazy, wasn't it? S turns on final, like full on 60-degree S turns on final. It's pretty wild. So there's mile square park. Guess how big that is. Guess how big that park is. If you said 3/4 of a mile, you're wrong, because it's a mile square. Alright, lights are all on. Good. Mixture, we're below 3,000. That's coming rich. Fuel, lights are low, but that's okay.
Remain ground, Mooney 621 Bravo, at Atlantic with Yankee, ready to taxi.
Over 6181 Bravo, Burbank ground.
Awesome, Dave. Yeah,
Charlie.
I appreciate that, because I like
Mooney 81 Bravo.
having it open as well. Kind of stealing Julia's streaming
Burbank
setup.
ground, Mooney 6181 Bravo is on the
I like it.
other
Thank you
side
for
of the
letting me know.
field. Just name
Awesome.
Delta 8.
621 Bravo, my mistake. Runway 8 taxi via Delta.
Yeah, usually I have
Runway via Delta,
the...
Mooney 81 Bravo.
Whoops. The green screen. So it's... I think I have the filter turned off, actually, so that's not going to do anything. Chroma key is turned off.
LA Tower, good evening, Alaska 1945 on a right base for 25 right.
Alaska
Do you turn
1945,
your taxi
LA
lights
Tower,
on
good evening,
final?
runway 25
I hear
right,
some
clear to land.
people do
25
in
right,
some
clear to
way
land,
until they
Alaska
touch down.
1945.
Jay, great question. It depends on what plane I'm flying, and it depends on yeah, it depends on the plane, because if they've got, like, the Skyhawk that I fly, they're all LED lights. I never turn any lights off. I don't turn the taxi or the landing light off. In the Piper, I turn them both on, like taxi and landing. I turn on at the same time, so they're incandescent bulbs, so they do get hot, and I do turn those off when the plane's up, you know, when I'm not landing. But yeah, it just depends. If they're LED and they can be left on in a small plane like this, I just leave them on all the time. If it's something bigger, it's better to use the landing light as kind of like a clear to land light. So once you're cleared on the approach to land, like in a jet, you can pop on the landing lights. Yeah, Cody. Yeah, at a office building north of me. Yeah, I'll have to see what time that happened at, but I don't think those sirens were.
500.
I don't think those sirens were for that. Okay, we're still a little fast, so I'm gonna get in some left rudder here. Little left rudder. Power is idle. Yeah, it just does not drag up like I want it to. So I'm gonna land it with the trim. No elevator. There you go. Where are you going, pal? All right, that looks good. That's a nice landing. Keeping it inside the freeway is key there, Cody. Gotta keep it right over the 405. Johnny Tower, Skyhawk 204 Lima Echo, clear 20 right at Juliet. We're parked at Baker Street.
November 4 Lima Echo, Bravo to parking, monitor ground. I hear Martin has good cookies this time of year.
Bravo to parking, and we'll go stop by Martin's for some cookies. We'll bring you some. That's awesome. That is awesome. Look at that there. There's Martin Aviation. That's funny. All right, Rick. Thanks, man. Yeah, dude, this livery is pretty nice. You got to keep the patterns tight, man. That is one of the things that, like, as a pilot and as a fellow pilot in a pattern with other pilots, there's nothing worse than somebody flying a pattern that's too far out. Obviously, the 405 is a bit of an extreme example in terms of keeping it tight to the airport, but God, when they go out like towards the hangars, it's just the worst. Yeah, for the fly-in this fall, we're gonna have to have a lot of cookies for Max. If you guys are local to SoCal or feel like making a trip, we're gonna have the second annual 4LE fly-in. Get those details ready when get those details out when they are ready.
Taxi via Alpha.
Sweet.
29er taxi via Alpha.
Just turn off. Moving to Vegas on Friday. Well, dude, that's an easy That's an easy driver flight from Vegas. We'll have people coming from all over the place, so there might be somebody making their way out. Hitch a ride, carpool or something. Yeah, I mean, it's somewhat easy, I guess you could say. It just depends on what kind of plane and where you're at, but yeah, it can be as easy as getting checked out and go fly. You know, it's if you're a sound enough pilot, that is, you know, makes it easier to do. But yeah, it's just a checkout. You know, you go up with the CFI at the school and get signed off usually. Okay, let's say hi to Sonari Safari, who is flying around Australia in a Cub. So that should be fun. Thank you guys again for hanging out with me tonight. Again, if you are just like Nightbot says, if you're new here, please consider joining the Discord because it is a great community and would love to keep it growing. Just believe and rest. Thank you guys for joining the Discord, and yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Have a great hump day, and we'll see you on Little Friday tomorrow.